Hey everybody, welcome to the Jam Yearbook. I'm Jim. I'm here with Matt. How you doing today, Matt?
I am awesome, Jim. How are you today?
Oh, awesome. That's a great way to describe how you're doing.
It's very
Yeah,
80s.
yeah,
It's
it
very
is.
80s
Yeah,
because
well,
we're going to 1987 to talk about music
there we
and
go.
argue the pros and cons. Sorry if I kind of whipped the tablecloth underneath all your dishes there, Jim. I ruined the setup for you. But yeah, we didn't announce it at the end of the last episode because why announce it? Let the suspense build.
That's right. Then we're not going to announce the next one either. We're
No,
just
we're
going to
not.
just focus on
Because
1987 today.
we'll figure it out when we figure it out. That's all.
So,
1987. We're going to argue the
yeah.
pros and cons. And Jim, you are the pro. No, you're the
No,
antagonist
I
today. I
am.
am the protagonist.
Mm. And you
I
have to
love it.
explain why it's a good year of music, and I have to explain why it sucks.
That's what pro and ant mean. Yeah, in that context. Yeah. And it's going to be tough in some of these years because I don't want to have to be the one to come on and say why 2017 is a good year of music. But it may happen, my friend.
We'll have to find the diamond in the rough. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Diamond in the rough. Oh, that's a song that might be out in 2017. I'll have to
boy.
bring that one up. Yeah, you know, you know.
Well, who's going to start? Are we going to do tit for tat like we did the last time?
I say we always go tit for tat.
All right. So, Matt, give me a reason why 1987 was a good year of music.
So it was an 80s year.
Yeah, which already
it
has some clout.
Exactly. It's got some clout, especially for our generation. But I'm going to go on some social cues as to why 1987 was a great year.
Okay.
Sorry, I got to look over here because I do have notes because I'm not going to commit all this to memory. I only have so many brain cells, folks. Just deal with me doing some research and reading over here. I'm not going to read. I'm going to paraphrase. Aretha Franklin, first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Boom. 1987. Great fact there.
Yep.
Probably a lesser known fact and nobody cares, but the Beastie Boys, they were the first band ever censored on American Bandstand. So that gives them some clout with my book because it's Beastie Boys. Whitney Houston's second album, Whitney, became the first album by a female artist to debut at number one.
Oh, wow.
Billboard 200.
Wow.
So again, another check why 87 was a great year. So what do you got?
I was going to say, are you going to spill
I'll just
all
go
at
right.
once?
I'll just go right there. You know, it was a great year for recognizing women.
That's fine. You start there.
Yep.
Well, let's see. I'll start with the Grammys in 1987. Your favorite, Bruce Hornsby, was nominated for Best New Artist in 1987.
You're turning my argument from last episode against me.
So we've got that. The best song recording by a pop group or duo, and also the song of the year was "That's What Friends Are For." And here's the thing: I'm not necessarily shitting on the song itself because in 1987 I sang along to this song like a lot of people did.
Yes.
But my gripe is that it's a Grammy-winning song. Look, the song raised $300 million for AIDS research. There was a lot of good behind the song. If I'm sure you know who it's on it. You got Dionne Warwick, you have Gladys Knight, Elton John, and Stevie Wonder all singing together. But here's my gripe with it being a Grammy-winning song for like Record of the Year, Song of the Year. Other than like two verses of the song, it turns into like a 3-minute round of just each one of those guys and gals in the four of them singing the verse, and then the next one sings it, and then the next one sings it, and then the next one sings it. And I'm just, how is this like one of the best songs that came out all year long?
Just like We Are the World, man. Everybody gets their turn to spout that. Right?
But at least their We Are the World has like 4 verses or 5 verses in it.
Okay. All right. I'll grant you that.
Around. Did you know, though, that this song was actually recorded originally by Rod Stewart in 1982 for the movie Night Shift?
No.
Yeah.
How many people, raise your hands, remember the movie Night Shift? Yeah. Oh my God.
Probably very few. Go.
Yeah, probably very.
Yeah. I think Henry Winkler was in that. I think that's the only.
Yeah, Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton.
And Michael Keaton. So
they? Yeah.
But yeah, so there's one of my gripes. The Grammys of 1987. I think like Steve Winwood won. I think it was a very nostalgic year. It seemed like if you we're going to start taking your Jaredol soon. You're going to win a Grammy that year.
So I'll go back. So in the 80s, you still had the power of soundtracks, right? This is where soundtracks peaked, was in the 80s. And you had some good ones. Beverly Hills Cop 2. They had it with Glenn Fry. Not Glenn Fry. I can't remember who it was. Bob Seger.
Oh,
He was
Shakedown,
on.
you're busted.
Shakedown.
Yeah.
That was, he was on his awful Glenn Fry song. But I'm not a big fan of Glenn Fry's solo stuff. La Bamba. Everybody was high on that song because of this soundtrack. Dirty Dancing, Jim. As much as I want to put that in your negative, I can't. It was a huge. The performance on this was huge. 6 singles off of the soundtrack. That's normally, it's commonplace in the 80s for a soundtrack to perform huge. But you can't deny the power of that soundtrack. Good Morning Vietnam. Yeah, it was older music, but you had little snippets of Robin Williams doing this great comedy in between. Nightmare on Elm Street. It brought a little hair metal in there with the Dawkins songs.
That was 3, right? Number 3, Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors, Night on Elm Street 3,
Yeah,
Dream Warriors.
Yep.
And of course, the Lost Boys sound. It didn't get as much play as a Dirty Dancing soundtrack, but I think the Lost Boys soundtrack is more of one that people hold dear to their hearts because it was a slow burn. And when you found those songs, you're like, damn, that is a great soundtrack from beginning to end.
Okay, I can give you that, but I'm going to snag Dirty Dancing right out of there. And I'll give you those other ones for being great and yeah, performative, sales-wise, what Dirty Dancing did. I'm sure we could talk about some other albums that had great record sales that we're not going to talk of. There's a great reason why this is so good because people like to buy and listen to shitty music. Okay,
you're not wrong there, my friend.
Here's my problem with the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. When's this movie set? Like early 1960s? Like really early 61,
I don't know.
62,
Is it? I never watched it. You tell me.
I believe so. So why does the music sound like it was produced and made in the 80s? And
my God.
And they put
you just hit on something that I find so awful in certain movies.
And they put it in the movie. They put this music in the movie. So it's not just produced from 1980 and or music inspired by Dirty Dancing. No, this is from the soundtrack in the movie.
Yeah, just because you have a Righteous Brother in there.
And great. But have a Righteous Brother singing a song that sounds like it's from the 1960s.
But it didn't.
It didn't at all. Yeah, okay. It's got a saxophone and I'm a sucker for saxophone.
I'm arguing your point. Yeah.
Okay, no. But the other thing too is, did we really need to have Patrick Swayze sing us a song? Was that necessary? He sounds like he sounds like one of those bloated soap opera stars from the 1980s that all of a sudden had a pop hit come up on the
bloated, and she's like the
Jack
wind.
Wagner.
Yeah,
all I
I
need,
get your jokes. Oh my God, Jack Wagner.
Or, that somehow Rick Springfield got a career.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, as far as an actor singing a song, and it's not to say that 1987, 13-year-old me thought that was cool, but we have to remember that this was also massive to adults at the time. I didn't need the dude from Roadhouse singing to me some
tearing your throat out. Yet I'm going to say, she's like the wind through a torn trachea. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. The other problem with that album is that the songs that are nostalgic or have a nostalgic sound to them are actually old songs that they put on the soundtrack. The Shirelles, I believe, are on it. A couple of different artists. But anyway, so I'm just going to take Dirty Dancing. I'm going to rip it right out of the argument of your side and say, yeah, it sold a lot of music. I understand there's a lot of nostalgia out there for this, and there are probably people who are disagreeing with me, but you need to remember I have to take the side of being negative.
And I'll allow it because I was so anti-Dirty Dancing.
And
I'll allow you to get that point.
That is the fun part of doing what we're doing, everybody, because I owned Dirty Dancing and I sang along to all those songs, and Matt never probably would have let that into his bedroom when he was a teenager.
Nope. And I will say, so for 1987, just albums sold in 1987, Dirty
Mhm.
Dancing was number 3 on the list.
Okay.
But ever since, it has fallen off of like the top 10. So longevity's not there. You know, it
Okay.
hits. It is a hit in the moment. Maybe not like, you know, you probably see that with a lot of soundtracks. Probably not a lot of soundtrack sales for Ghostbusters
Mhm.
is going to, you know, portray into the future what they meant at in the moment. So in 1987, we had the birth of Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
That's going to pay dividends. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, 1987, that's a good. And it was the birth of the Rickroll, Jim. You can. I want to hear you trash on Never Gonna Give You Up. I really do. But at the same time, it came back for second helpings because it gave
Mhm.
us so much enjoyment of being able to Rickroll people.
1987 gave us the idiocy of screaming profanities on the dance floor during the chorus of Billy Idol's Money Money.
You're right. 100%. How is that a negative, Jim?
That was a terrible thing. That was a terrible
What?
thing.
Why? Because it distracted you as you were playing Moni Moni?
No, I never played it. That was your thing. I'm sure you
Yeah.
played Money Money.
Guilty.
Yeah,
Guilty.
yeah, yeah. It also was the year that everybody learned to Wang Chung tonight. So if you want to explain to me what that is, I'd like to, I've got all the
Jim,
time in the world.
we're not that kind of channel. We're not
Okay.
that kind of channel at all. I think it might have something to do. It's like similar to Smurf. If you were Smurfing, what are you Wang Chunging? You could just stick that word in anywhere and it can mean whatever you want to mean. It's like fuck is the perfect swear word, right? Because you can use it as a noun, as an adjective, as a verb, whatever.
That's true. That's true.
That is.
You got anything else in your bag of goodness over there?
Uh, you know, I don't want to tip my hand into like the realm of the 3 albums, you know, that we do to cap off our year. But 1987 was a banner year for album performance. As far as like sales go. And I'm just talking 1987 sales, and I can recap like, you know, to up to date sales, but they're pretty similar. Michael Jackson, bad,
Huge.
right? 11 million sold, 10 singles, 5 in the top 10. I mean, U2, Joshua Tree, we already
Massive.
recovered.
Yeah.
We already
Yeah.
recovered Dirty
Yep.
Dancing. Blah blah blah. George Michael's Faith, that was another 5 million seller. Hysteria, Def Leppard. You're talking about some albums, and you got Whitney Houston, where I already recapped. She was in Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. You have albums that are. I would pull Dirty Dancing and Whitney out of there as far as being like evergreen, as albums that you will still hear. You can make an argument for Faith, George Michael. You might hear a couple songs off of that.
I still think you might hear Whitney off that debut album.
Yeah, you might, because she
Yeah.
had a ton of singles. She had six hit singles off of that album. So yeah, if you're listening to the right radio station, you might hear that. And Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, you're talking about, everybody wants to blame grunge for the death of hair metal, but Appetite for Destruction, problems I have with it are all vocally. Musically, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones, if it wasn't for this album, who knows how long hair metal would have kept going. Because even though I wouldn't quite classify it as hair metal, it was right there in your face, you know, along with rap, kind of, you know, taking those, you know, those hits out of the hair metal armor. But yeah, Guns N' Roses. And you had Prince, Sign of the Times. You know, it's not really an album that probably got a lot of hits, but one that was really well received critically. And it's one of those ones that the more you listen to it,
You Got the Look? Is that on that album?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's really weird because anything with Sheena Easton, I can't think of anything before 1984. It's really weird with her.
All right, so I'm going to come back at you. I've got 2 things from
Please.
1987.
Right.
The first I'm going to give you is just something that I'm glad. Swallow your beer, so that you know. Kenny.
Oh
G.
yeah, there was another WWF album.
No,
yeah,
no,
throw that in my face.
No. Kenny G.
Fuck you, Jim.
Kenny G. You know that saxophone. Do 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 do.
That was in '87.
That was all over the place. You couldn't escape it. Yeah, so Kenny G, 1987, just kind of...
Was it Songbird? Is that song?
That is the name of the song.
That was... Why am I thinking that should have been so much earlier than 1987?
Well, another band that had come along earlier, but this is where I'm really going to bring some humor into the show, is Fleetwood Mac's Bad Love. So this is 1987. I think the album was Little Lies that came out that year.
Oh, that Jesus! Another song I could have swore was 5 years earlier than this.
No. So this was out in 1987. Originally, it had been written as a solo a song that he was going to use Lindsey Buckingham on a project. But when they got together to do another album, it got brought to the studio. They decided to do it. This song has about it. We were talking earlier about, like, do you see, I could be on the show and I'm not wearing any pants. Well, this song this song has about 45 seconds of an ending going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
And you weren't turned on by that?
Ah.
I got a fan right now. I got a standing desk.
So if it did turn you on, I should let you know that that's actually Lindsey Buckingham's voice, not Stevie Nicks, that he went and used a speed dial on the tape to manipulate his voice. Now, he doesn't say he did it to sound more feminine, but it does sound like a woman and not him. But that is Lindsey Buckingham at the end of that song for 45 seconds. And he could be just like you and I sitting at this table going, ooh, ooh, ah.
Should we take turns?
No.
I do the oohs, you do the ahs. How are we going to do that? If you want the oohs, I'll take the ahs.
I'll give the song. He does an acoustic version of this song that comes out maybe 3 or 4 years later, maybe 5 years later down the road. That's actually better, really good. But
was this on the Last Dance live album that they did?
Well, this was, yeah.
Oh, because I really love that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But if you want to listen to Fleetwood Mac, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I mean, imagine hanging out with your friends singing to an album.
That is from Last Dance. And I remember, and he really got into the oohs and the ahs. Especially that last one. There's a little bit, there was a little extra gusto on that last ah. And the crowd went wild because, or am I thinking of Big Love? Where he was doing that.
That is Big Love. That's the song.
Big Love. Oh, I thought you were talking about Little Lies.
No, Little Lies is the album.
Yeah. Oh, Big Love. Great song. And that is the one off the Last Dance live album. I think it was on VH1. Great concert. Great live album by them. I love that so much. But yeah, I could see how in 1987 Fleetwood Mac wasn't really flying. At all. Especially in the face of something like Guns N' Roses.
Well, the song was big. The song was a hit. I want to say it was in the top 5, top 10 at least. So
really?
It was. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac still had some selling power. Okay, but my last, and this is my final knife in the heart of 1987.
Oh, Jim.
We got the brilliant album by Bruce Willis, The Return of Bruno, in 1987, where we were all told,
pig.
Respect yourself.
Pig is an animal with no face.
And yes, I did own this 45 in 1987.
You did?
I did.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Holy shit, Jim. That's awesome.
So
I respect that.
This episode is really Jim coming on here, letting you know that his music taste sucked in 1987.
Hey, I still look upon that song with some fondness.
Yeah.
The N.E.I.L.O. on it now. Come on, man.
Well, the funny thing about Bruce Willis, and I remember reading it back in the day, a review of it, was that he sounded like your drunk uncle got up to sing with the wedding band.
Oh yeah, it's totally drunk dad karaoke.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
So there, I make my case. 1987.
All right, I got some more arrows that I can fire at you.
Fire them away.
So and I'll be quick. Don't need to really drag on. So in rap, we had some Ice-T is debuting. This is like 2 years prior to NWA. So you're talking about one of the forebearers of gangsta rap. Public Enemy's debut on the other coast, coming back at you. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince debut, Jim. There's one for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that should be on your.
It gave us Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, and it set up parents just don't understand going forward. You had the Fat Boys hitting it big with Wipeout, having the Beach Boys on the song with them. LL Cool J's second album, I'm Bad, I Need Love. Come on, it's LL Cool J. You still had, I know I have already mentioned some of the hair bands flying high. You had 2 great live albums. Priest Live, I know a lot of people want to compare it to Made in Japan. I don't care if you like that era. This era of Priest, you'll dig it. Tribute, Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads. So it's all great. And you had Great White, Def Leppard, I think I already mentioned. So it is, even though there are things that I disagree with, a la Dirty Dancing, even though I have to put it as one of the positives, I have to say 87, especially, and it could just be my jaded opinion, or not non-jaded opinion, because I grew up. 87 was a great year in music, Jim.
It's hard to argue against it.
And Randy Travis, forever and ever, amen.
You know, like you said, as we go on 2 years, like
it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard to find the good stuff. It's going to be easy to argue what's bad. Yeah. I'm gonna stand by my arguments, even if I did own half the shit that I was talking about.
Hey, it's okay to look back on shit you love and go, man, what was I thinking?
I never owned
Tight in the moment.
I never owned Touch Me by Samantha Fox. That was 1987.
Oh, and you also had Tiffany versus Debbie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
Oh,
put me back there. That's a positive, because back then it's like, oh, Tiffany, oh, Debbie. It's like,
oh yeah, we were teenagers, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even
absolutely.
If musically they're not in your style, you're like.
I think when we talk about, if you go on to recent years and you've got Twilight and you've got your team Edward and your team whatever.
Oh yeah,
we were team
right.
Tiffany or team Debbie back in 1987.
Yeah, I always got to make it a competition for some reason.
I was team Tiffany, 100%.
Yeah, I would have to.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry, I shook the table.
Yeah, but Debbie still had some decent pop hits in that time.
She did. Definitely. All right, what do you say? Are we done with 1987? We're going to toss this one to the side.
We're done. We're going to toss to the side, and as always, we give no verdict. It is for the audience to decide if they liked the year, if they disliked the year, if they want to post in the comments below. Jim, you're absolutely full of it. This every argument you've made.
Or Matt, you've really overestimated the importance of some of this stuff. Hey, just like the facts of life, man. You take the good, you take the bad.
Yeah. Anyway, we will see you with another episode in another year once we figure out what that is. We hope you're enjoying. Give us a like and subscribe and comment down below anything you feel like commenting. And we really appreciate any engagement that we get. Check out our Patreon page as well. It's a very easy place to go and watch our show. It is Patreon /
Jam Your Book?
Jam Your Book.
Something like that.
Something like
I'm
that.
sure you can find it if you search.
Yeah. Either use the or don't, and you'll find it.
The
Jim. Sorry. The Jim. Okay. Everyone.
All right, yeah, we're languishing too much here.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. Matt, always a good time. Thank you very much.
All right. See you, Jim.
Bye.
Subscribe to the Jam. Yeah.